Hello and welcome to this live training. So today, really excited, we are going to be focusing on how we expand into our next level energetic wealth by embracing, truly embracing our true selves. So this is for you ladies who are so ready right now for big alignments. Okay, you really feel ready to up level in terms of your wealth, your freedom, your impact that you're having. You know, absolutely know that you're meant for more. You know that you're here to create that massive impact. You know that you're here to co-create some, real change, a ripple effect of change out there in the world, creating this new society, this new future consciousness, for the sake of us and our children. And you feel that so deep down in your soul that you know that you're completely ready. So you're meant for wealth. And when I talk about kind of expanding into that energetic wealth, I mean wealth in terms of money, financial abundance, but also feeling that you want to expand into that kind of limitless health and joy and connection and love. It's everything. You're ready to expand into that next level right now. And this is all about truly understanding who we are. So you truly understanding who you are, what your unique gifts are, what your magicalness is, so that you can come into this space of really speaking your truth, holding your space and really becoming truly visible out there in the world. And it's about leading ourselves, you leading yourself, from yourself, your business, your life, from this space of real flow. But when I talk about that, I mean, flow, your own sense of flow. So your own sense of how you want to be living, how you want to be doing business, not necessarily how the world is telling us to do it right now. This is about breaking rules, making our own rules, and also creating this space without needing to sacrifice anything as well. So firstly, the very good news is that you already have absolutely everything that you need to do all this within you right now. So everything that you need to run your business, lead your business, birth your new masterpieces, rebirth your business, wherever you are at the moment. But you have everything that you need within you to be able to do all these things from a really soul aligned space, in a really soul aligned way. And you have all that right now because you hold all of those necessary codes right now deep in your DNA, so in your energetic being. And that's what we're going to talk about today and how we can tap into that. So to really activate those codes though, we need to be able to embrace who we truly are. So when I talk about embracing who we truly are, excuse me one second, I mean about who we truly are deep in our DNA, as I say. But this is about knowing ourselves so deeply, so honestly, that we're not kind of operating from that version of us that we know anymore, who has lived through trauma, and I'm talking about maybe childhood traumas, abandonment, rejection, type woundings, mother woundings, anything around those lines. I talk sort of about those kind of experiences within my own work because that is my own experience, my own healing journey. So this is not about kind of operating in this space as this version of us who has experienced these traumas, these woundings, and who we are maybe at this moment. It's about truly coming back to our deep true selves. Okay, and we can do this by aligning to our gene keys. So a number of you listening may well already be have dived into your gene keys, but understanding our gene keys profile basically gives us a roadmap to that highest version of ourselves. So it helps, aligning with our gene keys will help bring us into our highest potential in this lifetime. And it's from that space where we can open the door to all our infinite possibilities. You know, all of those possibilities are available for us right now. But by aligning and truly coming in and being aware of who we really, really are, truly are, that allows us to open that door so that we can expand into that next level of these infinite possibilities, the limitless possibilities that are available for us. And by working in this way, you know, everything that I teach in any of my programs, I have worked with and experienced deeply myself. So, you know, working in this way allows us to really focus our up leveling, you know, really gives us a really focused way to kind of rapidly up level and to really start collapsing timelines around our lives, our business. Sorry, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. So I found, or I really sort of properly dived into gene keys in my 3rd year of business, and I would love to have done it sooner than that, but also I know that, you know, that's all down to divine timing as well. I completely trust in that. But it really had super profound effects, you know, for me, a really profound up levelings for me and expansion for me. So I hold this within my programs. I hold this space for you, particularly in my Arise Mastermind, from a place of having experienced deep childhood traumas myself. And as I say, this work had profound impacts, you know, profound up levelings for me. Saw everything. I wrote a post the other day about everything collapsing at the start of this journey, and everything, you know, then kind of needing to, well, collapsing so that I could rebuild and come back into this space of real alignment and real expansion. And what I found prior to doing this, or at the start of doing this work, was that even after a lot of clearing, up until that point that I started this work myself, I had no idea that my body, that I was still stuck in survival mode. I still had trauma energy kind of locked in my body. And, you know, that I was running still deep worthiness wounds. So this really helped me identify, really come into this space of really tuning into kind of where I needed to be, who I truly was, as opposed to kind of where I was at that point. Because the point is, we cannot receive, you know, we cannot expand into that next level when we are in survival mode, or we're running deep worthiness wounds and worthiness wounds. So in my Rise Mastermind, we work through your gene keys profile, and we work through that alongside our relevant chakra energy as well. So each of the gene keys relates to a particular chakra, and when you start the Arise Mastermind, you will receive a beautiful document and audio detailing your gene keys profile. So that is the basis that we start to work through, and there are various different elements of my mastermind of Arise, and we're just talking about this. I kind of talk about it in 3 different elements. So embracing your true self, embodying and expanding. We're sort of focusing on the embrace today, but I will do some follow-up videos to talk about the others as well. but basically, so this first bit of embracing ourselves is about really going into our Gene Keys profile. Who are we? Who are we? What are we here to do? What's our purpose? What's our life work? What's our life lesson? You know, what are our unique gifts? So much juicy information in there. But it also is about allowing us to become super aware of the shadows. So, you know, as I say, I had done a huge amount of healing up until the point that I started working with Gene Keys on this level. I'd done an awful lot of healing, but equally there were still shadows that I could see in my external world. I could see evidence of those in my external world, but I wasn't truly aware that they were there. So it allows us to become really aware of our shadows, of, you know, emotions that may still be suppressed and locked in, but it's about becoming aware so that we can release whatever needs to be released if there is something there, but also is really about leaning into those shadows, those emotions, transmuting, integrating those to really bring us into our kind of deep inner power. Okay, so transmuting and integrating so that we can integrate those shadows into, you know, the deep gifts that are there for us truly to embody within each of our Gene Keys. So for anybody who hasn't worked with Gene Keys at the moment, you know, basically within each Gene Key we've almost got a spectrum of the shadow, so the lower frequency within that particular Gene Key that we may be operating from. You know, we may be at that frequency, but then also there's like it goes through to the spectrum of the gift and the siddhi, so those high frequencies. So it's about becoming really aware of, you know, what's happening for us, where those shadows may be, where those emotions may be, but really using the juicy power of those to really come into embodying our true gifts, or, you know, those high frequencies. So as I say, it's really about becoming deeply aware, having this kind of deep understanding of ourselves, but also doing this in a really focused way. This is what I loved about it as well. You know, having done a lot of healing, I didn't feel like I wanted to kind of dive into tons and tons more. We're always healing, but I felt that, you know, I wanted this to be a more focused way to up level, and that's exactly what, you know, working in this way gave me, which is why I am, you know, bringing it into, or I brought it into my mastermind. But this is about becoming truly aware, allowing ourselves to unlock and release the shadows, the emotions, whatever needs to be done on that level, but then using those, transmuting those, integrating those to really step into, really allow ourselves to step into our inner power, our true alignment, you know, really aligning with our soul, like our highest purpose. And this is where life and business gets so much easier. You know, this is where we can come into this real space of truly being able to trust in ourselves, believe in ourselves, feel confident, embody all of those wonderful gifts that we've already got there, you know, really come into our spaciousness, our creativeness, our freedom. It's just so juicy. I keep using that word, I didn't realize I was going to, but it truly is. And you know, the awareness around this, any awareness in you know, or the awareness within our Gene Keys as to who we are, what our shadows are, what our gifts are, that is kind of 50% of our healing. We then take that on within the Arise Mastermind. So as I say, there are three kind of main elements that I talk about. So embrace, embody, and expand. This is as I say, today we're talking sort of mainly about the embracing our true selves. But then what we do within Arise is, once we have a really good understanding of, you you know, our gene key, and also how that's relating to our chakra, whether our chakra that's associated chakra is blocked there, you know, what that's bringing up. We then work with that with somatic healing within Arise, where we are using the body's wisdom to heal, to up level, to expand. Okay, and we're using that somatic healing as well. This is my own methodology that I've, you know, created for myself, for my work. We use that somatic healing to relate back to, or we relate back to the inner child within that somatic healing as well. And I think this is really, really key for anybody who has, you know, experienced childhood traumas. We want to be able to go back in. We don't necessarily want to be going back into the trauma itself, and we don't, you know, we're working with the trauma energy here, not the trauma content. So this is all about releasing trauma energy from the body. That is the energy that is going to keep us locked in survival mode. That energy kind of hasn't been able to kind of complete its cycle, so it's stuck. You know, we can feel ourselves frozen, we can feel ourselves stuck, particularly when it comes to visibility, I found. And this is all about, you know, using tools within the program, within the mastermind, sorry, to be able to, you know, release, transmute, integrate whatever it is that we need to do in that particular situation. But it's also about me teaching you the tools so you can do this work, you know, with yourself in the moment as well. So as we go through the mastermind. Now, this is all about, or this allows us to really come into this space of feeling deep safety, deep love within the body, you know, this kind of real grounded stillness. You know, for my gene keys particularly, I needed to move from a space of stress, so my life's work and what I needed to really accomplish, I'm just checking if that's the right word, is moving from stress into stillness. I have so much stillness throughout my chart that I need that stillness to be able to kind of open up the doors to my creativity, you know, to receiving all of these sorts of things. So coming into it allows us really to come into this safety, love, stillness, peace of mind, spaciousness, open up, you know, when we work with the heart path particularly, but opening up this just connection, this connection with ourselves, this real true worthiness, you know, really being able to integrate and feel this true worthiness, and as I say, you know, really then stepping into our inner power. And this is where we can so much more easily, you know, speak our truth, get our messaging out there to our soul clients. This is where our soul clients are really going to be able to see us, because we're now, you know, in that right energy, we're being really visible. So if you desire support within this area, you know, within truly understanding who you truly are, you know, especially you will absolutely have done, you know, healing work on any of your traumas, any of your woundings. You will know what they are, you know, mostly already up until now. You'll have a good knowledge of those. But if you desire to support, to kind of really move into this next level, to really embrace your true self so that you can come into your kind of highest potential, then I can absolutely help you to expand into that next level energetic wealth. So by all means, just DM me to apply to join Arise. More than happy to have a chat through with you, you know, where you are now, what your big vision is, and you know, you'll know already if you can see it, it's absolutely there. So it's about, you know, how we bridge that gap in between the two, so we can have a chat about that. Now my Arise Mastermind is going to start in January. If you join now, then there are special bonuses available, and you get your super beautiful, juicy, I'm going to say it again, Gene Keys document, ebook, you know, booklet, your specific Gene Keys profile and audio that you can start diving into, and it is gold. It is gold. It's so lovely. So as I say, if you want some support, if you want to chat some more about Arise Mastermind, and how we can get started on that, there are various levels available to join the Mastermind at, so we can talk through all of that as well. Just DM me, and I will speak to you soon. Lots of love. Take care.